Hi everyone, it's Taylor. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm an American expat living in Malaysia and I like to share my life and travels with you. Now I know my videos lately have been almost exclusively on my move, and once that's behind me, I'll get past that and bring you some more content. But if you want content from Taylor now, it's going to still be about the move. I hope that's okay. Anyway, I just wanted to bring you up to speed on how I'm getting settled in my new place. Sound good? Stay tuned. Okay, now I think most of you know that I do have a design background. So when I move, I like to plan ahead. Now I don't usually need to draw out a scale drawing of the new place. I can sort of get it right just in my head and just sketch it on a piece of paper like this. Now this is very rough, but pretty accurate of where I was thinking everything was going to go. And everything pretty much fit right where I wanted it, which is great. The only thing I did wrong was I didn't measure my desk, because I thought I'll just put the desk in the new room and it'll fit in somehow. Well, as you can see from this picture, it's never going to fit in that room. It's just way too big. So now I have to go to the added hassle of getting rid of it. Plus, since I've had virtually no other furniture for that room, I had to start from scratch there. Since I was doing this room from scratch and was going to have to buy new furniture, I did a scale drawing of the floor plan of the room and where I thought I would like to place furniture. As you can see here, I have a day bed against the long wall, and a chair in the corner, and a little console table with 2 footstools or ottomans under it, a rug, and a plant in the corner with the light coming up from the bottom. So I was out shopping for day beds, and I thought I would try to get one that was a day bed on top and then a trundle underneath in case I had 2 people coming to visit. But I fell in love with this one. See what you think. I'll give you a little preview of it here. I had to order it, so it's going to take about a month. But I really like it. It's so comfy just to lounge on, but it really can only sleep 1 person. And so I thought, well, you know, so what? If I have 2 people come to visit, they'll just sleep in my bed and I'll sleep in the guest room. So, problem solved. Plus, it looks nicer than a trundle, I think. Now, one of the first things I did when I moved over here, I got my ladder and I got up on it and I unhooked the draperies where they were attached in the middle, as you can see here. Everyone seems to do that in Asia, and I guess it's to give it a more formal or fancy look, but to me it just blocks a lot of the view. See how it is without them hooked in the middle? Wow, the view is just so much better. So that's a good tip. And they're usually just hooked together at the top. It just takes a second to undo them. And I also think the drapes just hanging straight gives a more modern look. When I saw this apartment and saw how thoughtful the lighting was, I was so pleased. But there are no dimmers on any of the lights, and so it's just way too bright. This would be like operating room lighting, don't you think? Oh my God, just way too much. I prefer subtle lighting. So I'm just using lamps right now. I have a lamp on the console behind me, a lamp on the TV console, and an up lamp that shoots up under the plant in the corner. And I think that gives dramatic light. But let me show you the difference. This is how it is with just all the lights on. And then this is how it is with just my lighting, which has such a softer and warmer feeling, I think. But if anybody knows if it's easy to get dimmers put on your lighting here, I would pay to have it done because I would really like to use a little more lighting, but it's just too bright. But if you have a recommendation for me getting dimmers, put it in the comments below. I really appreciate it. Now this is something I'm happy to be confused about, but there's a little bit of hot and cold water confusion because they're not all the same. Now in the US, the hot water is always on the right-hand side as you're facing the faucet. But here, it seems to be more often on the left-hand side. But mine aren't all the same. So I have to remember in the powder room and bathroom, shower and tub, it's on the left-hand side, but at the kitchen sink, it's on the right-hand side. And it's not because they did it wrong, because you can see here the little red and blue dots. They have it done right, but it's just a different manufacturer. So I don't know, maybe hot is on the left more here. Could be, you drive on the left, right? In both bathrooms, there were towel bars, but nothing to hang anything from. Like in the powder room, there was nothing. I've got these suction hooks that you don't have to drill in the wall, and they work really fine, as you can see here. Problem solved, and you don't do any damage to the apartment. Speaking of damage, when you hang pictures here, you need a powerful drill because the walls are plaster over brick and they are super solid. So you have to drill a hole and put an anchor. And because of that, when you leave, you're going to have to repair all that damage and paint over it. But that's not a big deal, but you don't want to have to do it a lot. So I had to think hard before I hang anything. So I've done a bit of moving things around, placing art here, there, as you can see in these videos. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm not hanging anything until everything is finished furniture-wise, and then I'll decide. But you see here in the kitchen, I tried to use a picture to hide the plugs behind the appliances, because I think those are just unsightly. And that picture didn't work. But then I used this basket, and I think it looks great and works perfectly. Also, the bedrooms and hallway in this apartment have wood floors, and I haven't had wood floors since I've been in Malaysia. But I know it's important to cover as much of it as you can, just to keep them from getting damaged. I bought a new rug for the hallway here, the dressing area closet, and I love it. It's really nice underfoot when I'm going to the restroom in the middle of the night. And I ordered a round rug for the master bedroom, and once everything gets settled in the guest room, I'll order a rug for there too. And that way most of the floor will be covered and won't get damaged, which is great. As I said, I have already ordered almost all the furniture for the new room. Some of it has come. You can see the console here and the two ottomans that go under it, but that's just going to be a sneak peek. Also, I haven't decided on a chair for that room, so I'm going to put some of the ones I'm thinking of here and vote on them if you want. Put it in the comments which one you think would look best. I'll still pick the one I want, but it'll be nice to see if you all pick the same one. So I guess you can see I'm getting some stuff done. Not as fast as I'd like, but I am 70 and it does slow you down. But I'm getting stuff done. How's it going? How do I like it? Well, I really like the apartment. The complex is sort of strange, which I'll go into another time, but there is just some odd things about it. But once I'm in my space, it's fabulous, just fabulous. But I have to say I was a little disappointed because I thought since this is newer than my old place, that the aircon might be more efficient and therefore my bill would be less. Well, I've got my first bill already and it wasn't less at all. In fact, it's probably more. It was 460 ringgit. So that's pretty much the same it was at my old place. But I had it on all the time there. And here I'm trying not to use it as much. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to experiment. Right now, I'm trying the dry setting. I used to use that in another place I lived, and that seemed to cut the bill a lot. Now, and in the mornings and at night, I don't use it at all. So I was a little shocked at my new bill. But what I was doing was just running it pretty much as I wanted, being as comfortable as I wanted, just to get a baseline of how much it's gonna be if I want it just how I want it. And now I can make adjustments and hopefully lower the bill, but I have to say I was very disappointed. Something I just fixed the other day, which might help, is you can see here in this video, there's a huge gap under the front door. Huge. I mean, a mouse could just march right under it. A rat could squeeze under it. Luckily, I don't think we have any around here. But I'm sure a lot of cool air was just flying out under the door. So I got one of these strips from Lazada. You can see here what it's called and how cheap it is. And it's so easy to install, as you can see here. Now this one wasn't quite long enough, so I ordered another one to go on the door that goes to the compressors, the AC compressors, because whoa, I can feel hot air just pouring in the room from there. So hopefully these two things, which cost almost nothing, will help some of the aircon and electric bill problem. So I know everyone's anxious to see the final product, to see what Taylor's new place looks like. And believe me, I am too. but you're just gonna have to wait because I'm not gonna do it till it's just how I want it. So it might be a couple more weeks. Plus I have to go to Penang and see Jill's daughter Thea. I have to see her while she's visiting this time. But if you enjoyed today's video at all, please like and subscribe and check the notification bell too. That way you won't miss any of my future videos. Also, buy me a coffee if you really want to thank me and help support my channel. I don't have sponsors, so you can just directly support me. And I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. So that's all I have for today. I hope you found it worth watching. Once I get really settled, I'll get back to more varied content for you. But I do like to put something out because if I miss a week, you complain and it feels weird to me. But anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.